Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Hey guys, assalamualaikum. It's Jenny. That's me, the hijabi from TNT. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am by my mother's and my father's house, and we are making kurma today. So I'm going to be showing you guys some sweet preparation. I'm going to be doing some kurma here and barfi. Mommy going to make some sponge cake, and I will be making some sawine at home. So I'm just going to do a whole video on Eid sweet preparation. She's going to make some poon too, but I don't know if we'll be able to get that in the video. But I just wanted to share this with you all. Eid is just in like 2 days maybe, and you saw my grocery haul video and I told you guys that I missed out some of the ingredients. So just now you saw a couple of the stuff that you'll be using in the kurma. I'll try to link I'll put the link to the recipe for the kurma, that the way we made it, down below, so you can check it out and see, you know, if it's much different from the way that you make it. So I hope that you do enjoy the video, and before we continue, you know, you have to do the usual thing. Hit the subscribe button, share with all your friends and your family, and hit the bell notification button as well, so you won't miss out on any of my videos. And also hashtag shout out in the comment section if you do want to get a shout out from me, and stay tuned to the end of the video to see who's going to get a shout out in this video. So let's see how it is that we're going to be making kurma here with mommy today. So making sweets around Eid time is one of those, you know, family lines, and normally we cook up something. Well, we can't eat during the day, but we just make sure and cook something, and while the sweets are making, so by the time we're all finished and it's time to break fast, we have some food to eat. So today mommy is just bubbling some lentils and some stew chicken and some rice, and yes, that's chicken foot in the pot because I'm a chicken foot lover. So the basic ingredients for the kurma that we're going to be using today is margarine, evaporated milk, flour, condensed milk, and the spices. And the first thing she's going to be doing is just adding the combining the evaporated milk with the condensed milk. Now ideally this is supposed to be very cold when you're going to be mixing it, because you're not going to be using water. It has to be very cold to add that nice crunchiness to the kurma. But what she does, and what my grandmother always did, was just add a couple of blocks of the milk to a block of ice to the milk to cool it. And once it's finished cooling, now I guess that's optional. You can just put it into the freezer or into the fridge to get it cooled properly instead of using the ice. So while that is in the fridge cooling, she's just gonna combine the margarine with the flour, some ground spice, some elaichi, and some ground ginger. Spice is what makes Indian sweets. And then you're just going to mix it all up, combine the margarine with the spices and the flour using your hands until the butter is nice and into small pieces. And then once that's done, it's just a matter of adding the cold milk and condensed milk mixture into the flour and forming like 4 or 5 I'm gonna say dough balls that we got from this small bag of flour that we're using. And you're not going to knead it fully, you're just going to, so she just did it and just formed the balls, just like, you know, a rough mix sort of thing, and just we're using our hands to just put it out onto the countertop, and then from there is when we're just going to knead it properly into smoother balls. And these are the dough balls that we formed here, and then you're just going to use your hand, similar to like a bread on like a bread dough mixer, just to roll it, knead it sort of thing, but not over knead it as well, just until it's nice and smoothish, and you're just going to set it aside for a little bit. And from that small pack of flour we got about 5. And you're going to put your oil to heat up, and while the oil is heating up, the next step is to just roll out each one. So you're going to roll it not too thin though, but this is a part kurma. There are different types of kurma, like I keep saying, for everything cooking wise, there are different ways of doing it, different types. Now the kurma that we're making today is not the thick kurma that a lot of people like. I personally don't like it. So you're just going to need this, roll it out until it's a so thick-ish. What thickness is that, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch? And you saw she's rolling it out there with her hand, and then just using a knife and just cutting it into pieces. But you can make it however small you want, however large you want. Next important step now is to put it onto a plate. Now I know growing up I used my enamel plate from my grandmother, but we didn't have any on hand here, so you just use a regular plate, and you're just going to carefully throw the cut pieces into the hot oil. And it's going to take a couple of minutes to fry it properly. You want to make sure the oil is at the right temperature because you don't want your kurma to be soaking up all the oil. And this is just what it's supposed to be looking like color wise. And you're just going to empty it out into a basin. And while the others are frying, you're going to start with your pag mixture. That's the sugar and water mixture that is absolutely crucial to making kurma. So you're going to put it up to boil, and while that's boiling, this is what it's supposed to look like after a few minutes. Spreading slightly, and you're just going to add it to the kurma. And you're just going to mix it using the dabbler. Mix it properly. This part requires some muscle, some extra strength, and you're going to see the sugar starting to hold to the kurma. And then this is what the kurma is looking like. So you see, it's not like a hard process. The only complicated part of it was that pag mixture, like same thing with the barfi and even when you're making gulab jamun. And this is just basically a kurma, easy recipe. So now that the kurma is finished, you're going to start with the barfi. And the barfi is just, I have a recipe up on my website. So the recipe can be found on the link down below on the screen there. But it's just some powdered milk that she's combining with some Nestle cream. And she's adding the spices to this mixture. She's already mixed it up with her hand, the cream and the powdered milk. And then she's just adding the spice. Now you can add the spice to the sugar water, the pag mixture if you want. Or you can add it like this. You can add both. You just experiment and have fun with it either way. So it's usually like elaichi and some ginger and some ground spice in it as well. I'm just going to mix that properly. And now the easy way to do a barfi these days is to just add it to your food processor. It saves on a lot of time. And once that's nice and smooth, it's just a matter of combining the pag with the mixture. So you're just going to let it thread, not too thick, and you just want to do it slightly watery so you have that perfect type of barfi being formed, not too hard, not too soft. And it's just a matter of combining it properly and carefully, and then just putting it onto a greased baking tray. And once it's on that greased baking tray, you're just going to use your hand and you're just going to pat it down. Or I just usually wet my hand with some little bit of water and just dab it down. She uses butter. Either way, once it pats down and stays firm, that's most important. And then all you're going to basically do is just add your sprinkles. Add as much sprinkles as you like to it. And usually we just like to cut it so that when it does harden up, it's easy for it to come out. Because when it gets too stiff or too hard, it's a little difficult to cut through. So you're just going to cut it and let it sit like this for a couple of hours until it firms up nicely. And you've got yourself some barfi. We've got the kurma done, we've got the barfi finished, and now it's time to talk about the sawine that is quite popular in Eid. Eid is not Eid without a sawine. So I didn't do a sawine the same time we made the kurma and the barfi, only because we did it a couple of days before. We don't really do the sawine days before if you're preparing it for Eid day itself. But it's just to give you guys a little, visual as to the Sawine recipe, and I'll post the link down below. I did one for Eid al-Adha, I think it was last year, and it was just two different ways that you can make your sawine. There's the normal boiling the vermicelli in the milk, and there's the way of just adding your toasted vermicelli to boiling water, and then you added condensed milk and evaporated milk and spices. Either way, you can check it out in the link down below. Can do an updated one for you guys, but I can't promise that it will be very soon. Sometime I'll do it in the future, another updated video. And a crucial part of sawine is just making sure that it's toasted properly. Now the thing is, with the toasted sawine, the vermicelli, every year mommy usually does it for me, so I didn't really get a chance to do it to show you guys. But it's just basically adding the vermicelli that you're buying the pack to a pot on the stove with dry pot on low heat, and you just keep turning it until the vermicelli is nice and golden brown, and that's what you're actually going to be using to make your sawine. So Eat Sweets finished. We did the kurma. The link, the recipe will be on my website. We did the Barfi. I have a link to that for my recipe and a video to that. And the Sawine is something that we will do on Eid Day, but you can find the link to that recipe down below as well. Alright guys, and that is it for the kurma making video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just remember, have fun with it when you're making it. Make it smaller in size if you want, make it larger in size, thinner. You can make the stick kurma. Either way, as I keep telling you all, have fun in the kitchen, experiment. Just show the basic ingredients. So just experiment, use more spice, use less spice, and make the kurma that you love. You saw a little insights into how she made the Barfi as well. You can find all the recipes down below on my website. The links are listed down below. And thanks so much as usual for watching my video. And Eat Sweets completed. Now it's time to do the food preparations and the dessert preparations. And of course, we can't not do the shout outs. So of course, shout outs going out to Angela Mohammed. Thanks so much for watching the video, and also to Anne Marie Mahabir. Don't forget to use hashtag shout out if you do want to shout out in my next video. I will see you guys then. Thanks so much for watching.